what we control and what we don't. Hi, my name's David Dwyer, and welcome to the Daily Stoic, 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. Today is January 9th, what we control and what we don't. Some things are in our control, while others are not. We control our opinion, choice, desire, aversion, and in a word, everything of our own doing. We don't control our body, property, reputation, position, and in a word, everything not of our own doing. Even more, the things in our control are by nature free, unhindered and unobstructed, while those not in our control are weak, slavish, and can be hindered, and are not our own. EPICTETUS, ENCHIRIDIon, I know I'm mispronouncing that, 1.1 to 1.1 to 2. Today, you won't control the external events that happen. Is that scary? A little. But it's balanced when you can see that we control our opinion about those events. You decide whether they're good or bad, whether they're fair or unfair. You don't control the situation, but you control what you think about it. See how that works? Every time, every single thing that's outside your control, the outside world, other people, luck, karma, whatever, still presents a corresponding area that's in your control. This alone gives us plenty to manage, plenty of power. Best of all, an honest understanding of what's within our control provides real clarity about the world. All we have is our own mind. Remember that today, when you try to extend your reach outward, it's much better and more appropriately directed inward. Ooh, such a powerful point today. I really, really like this one a lot. I like to think about that as the spiritual hula hoop. So imagine you have a hula hoop around you. Everything inside the hula hoop you can control. Everything outside the hula hoop I have no control over. And it's recognizing my own actions and reactions to situations. Like, I want to give a really, really clear example of something that, so someone had left a comment on the last video about, make your own content or something like that. And at first I was like, what do you mean? This is my own content, and then I realized, it's how do I wish to respond to this, because I'm going to get people who are going to troll and hate and things like that. It's my choice on how I respond, right? They have no control over that. That's my power. So, kindly said, this is, and I am making my own content. This, I do other things besides these videos as well. This is also for me, and left at that. And then I also asked the question of, what inspired you to write that comment? Because I'm curious, right? Because that's what something was in their control. This person I don't even know was got so upset about this, right? Especially I think when we talk about the internet and you see, it's so easy to put your thing out there and be affected by others, but it's all right, recognize what's within your control. I don't have control outside of what my fiance does, what, other people do, but I do have control on how I respond to it and how I choose to talk to myself, and recognizing that difference has been such a process for me. It took me a long time to kind of learn that. For a long time, especially in my younger days, I used to put everything on my shoulders. I used to take someone else's responsibilities, other things, and it all has to be on me. The thing is, it didn't. And since learning that, even with that person with the comment, I recognized I don't have to take on their stuff. Whatever reason why they, said what they put on that comment, good on you. Maybe we can start a conversation from it. I'm going to try to look at that as a positive. How can I, someone engaged, and that's where I'm going to take the win, right? Finding the wins, finding these things. And I mentioned this actually in a short I did about ADHD. ADHD is something I can't control. I actually liked what Abacus said there about the body, right? Like one of the things not in our control is our own our body, and yeah, there are things in our body that we control, but I can't control like my blinking, winking, things like that. I can't control that I have ADHD. I can't, but I can control how I respond to it, how I handle it. So maybe you have, it's like diabetes or cancer. You didn't control. You didn't say, hey, you know what? I would like to sign up for some cancer today. Situations. Maybe you had a bit of hand in it. Recognizing some cancers. If you're like a smoker and you get lung cancer, you have to take your side of the street, but maybe you had a predisposition to it. Remember, it's all about how you respond to the situation, how you think about it, how you look at it. You can look at it with like, oh, it's fair indignation, or you can look at it like, all right, how do I choose to learn from this scenario? What can I gain from this? What is the lesson that life's trying to teach me? It's how you choose to view it. There's, I think, the subjective truth of your own personal experience and the objective truth. And it's recognizing and knowing those differences, because everyone has a subjective truth or a subjective thing of one seeing an event, but it's the objective, what's on the tape, right? And recognizing that. So, yeah, so today's kind of thing is like, I would love to know from you guys, what is something that, that's not in your control, and what's one thing that's in your control, that maybe something that's outside your control, and how you've responded to that, to the thing that's inside your control. Like with me, with the comment of the person. Would love to know in the comments below. Thank you, as always, for watching and joining me on this. We made it to day 9. That's awesome. See? Every time. That's something in my control to make these videos. And, to share this journey with you guys. And I appreciate every single one of you for joining me on this journey. And with that, you guys have a great, if not better day.